Hi everyone, this is the tutorial for Old Phone. My name is Billy from Piano and Pies. Let's get stuck straight in. To play this song the easiest, we need a capo on the 3rd fret. If you're in need of a capo, there is a link to one in the description below, but let's get stuck straight in with the opening part of the song, which is the first verse, and there are a few chords we need for it. And the first chord we need is a G major chord. Now, we build up a G major chord with 3 on the E string, this is in reference to the capo, 2 on the A, 0, 0, 0 on the D, G and B, and then a 3 on the high E string. You can play G major with your ring finger on the B string, fret 3. That's absolutely fine. Just go with whichever voicing of G that you're familiar with. We will talk about the strumming and structure in a moment, but let's get through the other chords of the introduction. We have a D major chord, which is an open D string, 2 on the G, 3 on the B, and 2 on the high E string. And the only other chord that we need for the verse is a C major chord, which is a 3 on the A string, 2 on the D, an open G, 1 on the B, and an open E string. So let's talk about the structure of the verse, as in which chord goes after which, because there's a few changes. We start off with G major, and again, it then goes to D major, then it goes to C major, then a quick change of G and D. And in terms of strumming, every chord gets the same strumming pattern. Slowly, I'll just play it on a G major chord for you. We have down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Or if you prefer to count along, we have 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. And what I'm doing on the first strum, I'm not strumming all of the notes of that chord, I'm focusing on the lower pitched strings, and then the second strum, that's when I get the higher pitched ones. Have a quick look. And that just adds a little bit of texture to the playing, and it's what Ed does on the track. Get used to those chords because we're going to see that exact chord progression a bunch of times in this song. In fact, the first verse, you'll loop around those chords twice. There is then a pre-chorus. Now the pre-chorus is slightly different in terms of the chords that we need, and there's a new chord. And just before I tell you about those new chords, if you're interested in getting the chord chart for this, which has the full structure and every chord in the right order, as well as another sheet of the chords and lyrics matched up, let's say you're singing along or playing along and you need to know which chord goes with which lyric, head on over to Patreon. There is a link in the description for that. And for the price of a coffee, you get access to not only this song, but a bunch of other Ed Sheeran songs and well over 550 songs of the latest releases over the past few years. So yeah, more about that later. Anyway, the pre-chorus starts off with an E minor chord. E minor is a new chord for this song. And to build that, we have an open E string, 2 on the A and D strings, and then 0 on the remaining strings. So that's the first chord that we need of the pre-chorus, and what we're going to do is sustain all of these chords. All I mean by sustain is play it once and let it ring out, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's what you're going to do for the E minor. It then does the same for C. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. G. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, and D. 2, 3, 4. So basically 8 counts of E minor to C, G to D, and that will get you to the chorus. And now the chorus takes what we did in the pre-chorus and puts a strumming pattern to it, like this. We're taking the strumming pattern from the first verse and combining it together, and that will get us the chorus. Now at that point we get loads of repetition. Looking over to my chord chart, which is available on Patreon, we have a second verse. The second verse is literally the same as the first verse 2 times round. So what you did for that, do it again. We then have another chorus. This time the chorus is 2 times round, but the same chords as what we had before. There's then a bridge section. Now the bridge section is different lyrics, but it's just the same chords as the chorus. E minor, going up to C, then G, and then D major. However, you may have noticed on the D major chord, the second time around that strumming pattern, I added my little finger to fret 3 on the E string. That turns the D major into what you call a D sus4. And D sus4 is a nice way to play that part at the end of the bridge, which is what Ed does in the song. After that, we get a third verse, usual drill, same chords. But then we get another part of the song. And that part of the song has literally no chords at all. It's just another chorus, and it's just Ed doing his thing. So if you're playing along with the singing, you're playing the guitar part, you get to chill out, put your feet up, have a Kit Kat or something. For 8 bars, you just do nothing. But then it goes into another chorus where we play the same chords, which is the E minor, C major, G major, and you guessed it, D major, add in a D sus4, do that round twice, and you've got yourself to the end of the song. And there we go, there is the next song by Ed Sheeran that he's released off his new album. So yeah, pretty decent one. I quite like the fact that it's a really personal song. And if you are interested in getting that extra material from Patreon, links are in the description below. In fact, I also want to say thanks to the people scrolling past on the screen who are my active patrons. There's over 100 of us now. In fact, there's close to 110 of us who are getting all of these sheets the moment that these videos get uploaded. So if you're interested in joining them and getting all these sheets plus 550 other songs of the latest releases, links are in the description. So thanks to my patrons for supporting me. Thanks to you for watching the video. I'll catch you in the next one.